After finishing 3 characters, I feel like we need another. And this time, a character built purely on combos. And who could be a better pick than the stinky ass homeless dude? Y'all voted for this. First, I'll work on modeling his weapons, the inverted spear of heaven. I traced over a reference image, and then I made the blade simply by beveling it a lot. And I made the handle by using a long ass cube that I also beveled. I might be overusing this tool. After some definitely not scuffed coloring, I made this, which looks pretty disgusting but we'll use it. Anyway, I made a small map template so you'll see this for the rest of the video. Now, I slapped the model into Roblox Studio and started off with the animations. But if you can't tell, I suck at using custom rigs, because I have no idea why it does this. And while trying to find a way to make it work, Roblox crashed. I hate my life. After crying at my screen, I finally managed to understand how Motor 6Ds work, and I can continue animating now. And so I started it off with an idle animation, which is pretty neat. Also, I grabbed the soccer ball trails for 3 videos in a row now, and then made a slash effect. By made, I meant using free particles and combining them. And then I also used some other effects for the teleport and blood particles. After that, I went on the other animations for the whole M1 string. And so now we have, of course, something like this happens every damn time. But well, the final product looks pretty damn clean. For the first skill, I took the slash effect and added even more particles to it, and then quickly made the animations. This skill is a simple up tilt. You pretty much just send you and your enemy mid-air, simple stuff. And if there is an up tilt, there is of course an air combo. For that, I reused the chain I used from the Gilgamesh skills and connected it to both the sword and the arm. And while trying to get it to work, I just became Gin. And so after debugging and getting the first hit to work, I made 3 more animations for the complete combo. Also, I tried to make the air combat smoother, but it refused. Anyway, after half a day of relentless coding and occasionally crying, I finished the M1 combo. We now have Devil May Cry at home. And I also had to learn a bit of raycasting so that your character always lands on the ground no matter the height, which was pretty cool, but it was a headache to learn. Now for the next skill, it's a dash type, because well, Toji is pretty fast. Similar to earlier, I used raycast again so that you can dash through walls and stuff, and send you 1,000 miles away.
そのうちカーズは考えるのをやめた。
As for the effects, we have a suspiciously, definitely not judgment cut effect, and it triggers when you hit an opponent. And you may be thinking, since when can Toji even do that? Well, first, he left his child. He has a weapon that can theoretically cut through dimensions, and he's him. So I guess you can say that he is motivated enough. But we're not done with this skill yet. I also decided to give it an air variant, which is about the same thing but with a different animation, where instead you speed blitz the target mid-air. At this point, you can just spam your judgment cuts and it's an actual combo. Very balanced indeed. For the third skill, I wanted to try something I've never done before, a counter. I already have a rough idea of how I might be able to do it, which is by making a variable called counter or something and change that when you get hit. So after failing and becoming really confused just because I forgot to write one line of code, it finally functions. So I went straight into animating the iconic scene. I also messed around with some camera effects. After a whole lot of animating, I had a first result, which was okay, but quite underwhelming. So I added more stabs and a bit more flashiness, and now it looks 5% better. To make it more balanced, when you miss the counter, you lose more stamina, so it's not something you can just spam endlessly. Before we proceed with the ultimate, I wanted to try something out, enemy AIs. And so I grabbed the Toji rig from the toolbox. But how am I going to script this, since AIs are already advanced and way above my pay grade? Well, I used an AI to make an AI. But of course, it won't be that simple, since I'll still be the one to set things up, so it's not cheating. And this process was like teaching a baby how to walk. And so after getting the tracking and animations to function, I went on to the moveset. After all those, I just had to copy-paste a lot of the skills. And I think he became a little bit too motivated. Is this even lore accurate? I also made a specific area for the boss fight to occur. And so after working on a scuffed GUI for the health bar, I tried to fight the boss myself. And I think I suck at my own game. Anyway, back to the boss. Initially, you can't equip Toji, but after clearing the boss, you should get this notification that you unlocked a new character. And after that, you can now equip Toji. Now after losing so much aura to see if this boss is actually manageable to fight, I can now say that it's finally done. And that it was more stressful than I thought, even with the help of AI. And now for the ultimate skill. But then I realized I was animating on the wrong hand, so I had to reanimate it. I also tried adding a ragdoll module, which looked absolutely buns at first, or just straight up kills the enemy. So I just gave up and deleted that idea. But instead, I cheated the ragdoll system by instead making a ragdoll looking animation and playing it. I may be too smart. So anyway, you can now finally pay Toji back for that really annoying boss fight. Oh come on! Now that Toji is finished, here's some other stuff I did after. A second Sanji ult that can be activated when your bar is full. It basically makes you do 2 times damage while the bar gradually drains. I also buffed Act 4 a lot by making his skills a lot faster and use lesser stamina. I also added an unfinished character, which is Itadori. As of now, he only has 2 skills, which are both black flashes. It has 3 variants and each do more damage than the last. It has a small hitbox and if you miss it, your stamina gets reduced a lot. And the other skill is also a black flash, but a dash move, lore accurate Yuji. Anyway, that's about it.
No way he just put in a reference in there. Yeah, man, my anime fans are going, man.